You think you're modding your car. Instead of fixing the problems, you're creating more problems. This is a mod list video of my Evo 8. Don't mind the aluminium foil. So we'll start with the engine and performance. It's got a GT Pump 762 turbo. I'm not gonna give you the power figure yet, you can figure that out with all the mods list. I chose this turbo because it's got a good spool time. It spools up pretty quickly. Not much later than the standard Evo 9 turbo, but it does give you that top end power that you're looking for, and it fits straight into the stock frame. You install an aftermarket turbo on your Evo, you'll need to install a new oil feed line. You can tap into the extra port on the oil filter housing, which can only be removed by heating it up to melt the seal. Just make sure you move aside the pool of oil you just removed from your engine. The turbo is sandwiched between a Hypertune exhaust manifold and a NVIDIA downpipe, which is then connected to a 3-inch Fujitsu exhaust. It's a standard looking 3-inch exhaust. I've deleted the resonator to give it the throaty sound. I kept the internal wastegate to keep the car sounding like what the car sounds like. I don't want it to sound like every other external. I like the sound of Evo 8's, sound of the intake, the sound of the exhaust. Once you go external wastegate, all of that gets deleted with a whoosh. Like, who wants that? The exhaust manifold and downpipe fit in the stock location and they generate a lot of heat, so I've installed a Hookafab heat shield on the rocker cover. Moving on to the intercooler. I've installed a Plasmaman Pro Series intercooler. It's got a pretty good fitment. The intercooler and core both fit in the factory locations, which goes around the air intake, and it sits pretty well. In this case, it fits around my 3.5-inch intake that I made from random pipes, connected to a 4-inch HKS mushroom pod. I haven't upgraded much to the cooling system besides the radiator. I've installed my own cams as well in the garage. That was a bit of a tough one. I'm not doing big jobs again. It's got a Kelford 272R cams. Kelford, I think they're titanium, valve springs and retainers. This tool is specifically designed for 4G63s that bolts onto the head to press on the valve spring and then let you easily grab the retainers with a magnet. It seems intimidating, but once you do it a couple times, it becomes easy for the rest of them, and it's just a repetitive process. After removing the springs and retainer, you can then change your valve stem seal, and the only thing holding this valve up is the piston being at top dead center. I've replaced the factory head studs with ARP head studs. These have got to be done one by one when the head's still on the car, and there's a proper tightening sequence and you've got to use the correct torque spec. I've also changed the lifters to 0 tick. You can see this one pushes down, which means it's bled. It's pretty easy, you just take out the old one and slip the new ones in. I'm using the factory cam gears and just bolted the cam onto it and put assembly lube and slapped them right in. And yes, the car started first go. This is the sound of the aftermarket cams with just the cams installed, no changes to the ECU. Bosch 1650cc injectors on the Plasmaman fuel rail. The rail is not that necessary, but it's nice to have. I've also installed a radium fuel hanger with a Walbro 525 fuel pump, which needed to be hardwired. I've also got a TurboSmart fuel pressure regulator and a 100 micron fuel filter. It does have a Link G4X ECU. Now, the standard ECU on the Evo 8s are pretty programmable to an extent, so there's a lot of good modifications you can do with the ECU. Just punch in random numbers on PC Link and it should start. It's time to see what it made on the dyno. Don't worry about Mitsubishi engineers, we've got Ben here just quickly playing with his keyboard. QWERTY, yep, all good. Just a 98 tune, we'll go on Flex Fuel A85 later. To tie all the mods together, it's got an Excedia heavy duty clutch, but the clutch is very, very stiff. The interior of the car is probably my most favorite place to mod. That's because that's where you spend most time in the car and that's the most you interact with the car. I'm going for that luxurious race car look with the gloss finishes on the steering wheel and cluster surround. The steering wheel is wrapped in suede and I've installed a carbon fiber backing on the cluster to match the EVA 9 dash trim. Now the inside of the EVA, the roof is pretty disgusting from factory. I've sueded the A pillars, B pillars, C pillars. My favorite mod, sound system. I've put about 30 kilos of Dynamat into this car. That's not sound deadened. That's pretty good, that's sound deadened. I've also done the roof, all in Dynamat. Some rear quarter panel, all the boot. We've also done the rear seats, haven't done the floors. All I do is add weight to this car, but it sounds pretty good. Sound editing helps with audio quality, helps with exhaust drone, and it helps with overall road noise. That plus a good set of tires. This car, Mercedes. And you have a really good car. I panicked and bought some Sparco pedals and they turned out pretty good, so I just left them on. Razor. It's Razor. That Razor shifter is actually pretty beat up. It's got, I don't know, it's got stone chips on it, I don't know how. But I bought it from Japan, it was pretty cool. Some Japanesey was shifting it and touching it, and so now it's back in its heritage because it's a Japanese import, so I thought that was pretty cool. I got it from Japan and I met the two meet. You're sitting in a real Rolls Royce here. The factory seats are pretty cool, you don't really have to touch them, you just have to refurbish them because some mouth breather was sitting on it on one side for too much. Moving on to handling and braking, it's running BC red coilovers. I've got front and rear dampening adjustments and only the fronts have camber adjustment, but they do the job for now. We've got the factory Brembos. I've rebuilt the entire braking system, powder coated them at home, which is something I'm not doing ever again. Braided brake lines and high temp brake fluid. Powder coated the calipers in yellow to give it that Ferrari look. It's also got DBA 4000 T3 rotors, which are slotted and heat treated, and Bremtech Evolve brake pads, with Michelin Pilot Sport 4s wrapped around the stock EVA 8 wheels. I've changed almost every single bushing on this car to white line, which is something I probably won't do again because at the time when I changed it, it felt amazing. My mind told me this car feels amazing. I completely forgot I even did that, and I didn't even finish the job 100%, so now my car went backwards. White line bushings at the front, white line bushings in the rear. It's got a white line front steer, bump steer correction kit. It's also got rally out diff bushings in the rear diff. That does really help with the clunking because it's all-wheel drive, and if you're driving like a mouth breather, you really need to stiffen things up. And let me talk about the downforce with the wings and stuff. Yeah, that's handling that one. With the exterior of the car, I haven't done much. I just kept it simple. These cars are pretty well designed from factory. The stock wheels, I reckon, look pretty good and they feel the best on the road, unless, again, you're tracking and you need the extra grip, which I really don't because extra grip comes with extra G-force, which means you're going to lose oil pressure anyways because it's an EVA. Exterior-wise, besides the titanium number plates, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog here with a fake carbon fiber roof wing, some real carbon fiber on the side skirt extensions, and a plastic front lip. One exterior mod that completely changed the look on this car is rebuilding the headlights. These headlights have a lot of definition and the chrome finish makes them stand out, so instead of blacking them out, which is what everyone does, I've cleaned them up and replaced the plastic lenses. With the custom dry aged red pink color, I think it sits perfectly. I'm sure there's mods that I've missed. I feel like this is an ad to sell this car, so I might just ask ChatGPT to put all this in one big Facebook Marketplace ad, put it up and get lowballed by some mouth breathers. So that audio wasn't recording, but then now that we're recording, I'm gonna take you through my EVO 8. All right, bro, take us through. All right, bro, take us through. Take us through. Bro. Take us through. Let's go. Take us through. Bro. Hello. I've done a lot of mods to this car. I just forgot the mic is on me still. Literally POV of this car. Bro, stop, bro, stop. Stop. Idiot. Waste his time on a Saturday. Could be out with the boys getting breakfast. I'm here doing 3, 4, 5 point turns in my backyard. Filter and the fuel pressure regulator, which some of them are good things to have on the car. Some of them are good things to have on the car, but it's the fuel pressure regulator makes a bit of noise. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm waffling. Picking your nose on camera, amateur.